that entire full ecosystem of fans being able to purchase and then also claim those royalties that are associated with stream tokens, it's all going live. And so it's all, and this is the beauty, it's all automated. That's the cool thing. You don't have to wait for somebody to do anything. It's you get to do it directly by yourself, take care of it, and it's all within your distribution service from an artist standpoint. And then from the consumer standpoint, you now have two places. You can go to record store for music collectibles and music NFTs, and then from the side of music IP, right, then you can go to the marketplace to go find the things that are going out into the world.
What's up, Beta Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. My name's Fareed. As a part of today's video, we're diving into the latest updates when it comes to the NEWM platform, where I'll be joined by one of the co-founders, Ryan Jones, to get the updates as to what they've been building and their most recent release of their Android application, which is now available for download. Without any further ado, let me bring up today's guest, Ryan. Welcome back. How are you?
Hey, Fareed. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Just got my morning started, got my coffee, and I'm ready to talk about everything new, man. How you doing?
I am one espresso shot in, so me too. I'm with you on that.
I'm happy to hear it. And yeah, let's just jump right on in. So you've joined me here, right, for I think a pretty big update. I'll leave the link to that down below, but that was nearly a year ago. It's crazy how quickly time flies. You know, Cardano now 60 cents, Bitcoin 90K, you know. But for anybody who's seeing you for the first time, who are you and what's NEWM all about?
Yeah, so I'm Ryan. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of NEWM. And so I'm a musician by day. And NEWM was initially an idea that I had. And it was basically spawned from wanting to be able to put out music into streaming services and streaming world and not get rich, but to at least do better than the current version that's allotted to most musicians at this current moment in time. So that was the initial spark that sparked everything down the rabbit hole. It's completely morphed and changed and grown and expanded from that point on. Now we are actually functioning as an ecosystem. So that is, we realized very quickly that artists need a suite of products to where they can both launch their career and even retire and elongate their career on the back end. So that was the driving force and factor behind our suite of products that we've been launching and our pillars of what's important to us. Artists is always the big focus because you have no industry without the art and the music. So, but that's the quick backstory of where we're at. Where we came from and where we're going and where we're at right now. For those of you who don't know, we actually have three products out right now. We have the record store out, which is in collaboration with InMaker and Six City. This is our music collectibles marketplace. So think NFTs, music NFTs. Then we also have our DSP service, which is our music distribution service that is actually connecting Web 2 to Web 3 and vice versa. So you as a musician can distribute your music to over 140 streaming platforms in Web 2 directly from our distribution service, our DSP service, but also with the combined power of tokenization and fractionalization of your streaming rights and streaming royalties. And so that's a major cornerstone product of ours that we've built in-house that enables a whole bunch of really, really cool things coming down the pipeline. The latest thing that we just released last month was our NEWM mobile app for Android, and iOS is coming shortly. But basically, that allows you to have, as most people know, there's no good user experience to consume music NFTs that are on the blockchain. It sucks. And so we knew that we needed to create a better solution for that. And so what we ended up doing is, I call it the iPod for blockchain. Essentially, you connect your wallet with the NEWM app, and then it auto-populates and downloads all of your music NFTs from whether they're stored IPFS or wherever they're at, and it populates your NEWM app. So you take your music your music NFTs on the go, and you can consume them. They're playable. We're adding more features very shortly here. Christian, our Android dev, he's adding tons of features that are coming down the pipeline. That is going to end up becoming a pretty significant product, more so than we thought, but that's going to be our interim step between full streaming service and where we're at now with music NFTs. And so, and I had to come on today to tell you about the next product that we are launching, which is coming out next week. Or if you're listening to this now, it might already have launched. But this is the kind of the other cornerstone in that equation. As of to date, musicians can put their music out there and they can get their stream tokens for their stream IP, but we haven't given them anything to do with them yet. And also from a consumer standpoint, you haven't been able to see them outside of those of you who participated with those minimum viable product test sales like a year ago with MERS and Nito, to where you could purchase those stream tokens, right? So now it's coming full circle, and we are going to be releasing our marketplace for the stream tokens. And this is a cool thing. So here's the cool thing. So what we did last year, it was all manual. What we've been working on and building out is automation of that entire process. And also not just automating that process, but baking it into NEWM Studio for the artist. Okay, so here's what this is going to actually look like and allow you to do. So as an artist, you're going to be able to create a stream token sale from within NEWM Studio. Okay, that's first thing. Artist, you're also going to be able to end your sale and withdraw your sale proceeds from a completed sale from within the studio. Okay. Also, from a consumer standpoint on the marketplace, you're going to have the ability to browse and search stream token sales by artist or track titles. So you're going to be able to see all that. Every artist who distributes and actually puts up for sale on the marketplace, it's going to auto create an artist page for you. That's going to show all the things that you have for sale. So consumers will be able to go find their artist, and it'll land you on the artist page that shows you all the things that artist has created from a consumer standpoint. So you'll see anything that's for sale for that particular artist. So you as consumers and artists, you'll be able to purchase stream tokens. That's the big thing, right? So, and then here's the other two big things. Basically, the artists are going to be able to view and claim the earnings from within NEWM Studio. So all the royalty stuff that's coming in, you're going to be able to claim it. The claiming portal is going to be open. So all the royalties coming in, you're good inside the studio. But here's the other cool thing. All the consumers who have purchased stream tokens, you're going to be able to claim them from within the marketplace. So that entire full ecosystem of fans being able to purchase and then also claim those royalties that are associated with stream tokens, it's all going live. And so when this launches next week, there's a full complete circle of artists get to automate. They set their sale, everything gets taken care of, it gets populated, they have their artist page. Consumers can go and literally see all the artists who have distributed that have chosen to put up for sale stream tokens. And so that entire ecosystem is basically turning on. And so it's all, and this is the beauty, it's all automated. That's the cool thing. You don't have to wait for somebody to do anything. It's you get to do it directly by yourself, take care of it, and it's all within your distribution service from an artist standpoint. And then from the consumer standpoint, you now have two places. You can go to Record Store for music collectibles and music NFTs, and then from the side of music IP, right, then you can go to the marketplace to go find the things that are going out into the world that is being streamed, that you want to be a participant in the income coming in and being a part of that journey with the artist and being more than just a regular fan, right? So that's turning on next week. I'm really excited about it because then we are literally going to have NFT marketplace. We're going to have stream token marketplace, which again, that's the first type of IP token, not the last, right? So there's going to be more coming. Then you have mobile app for consumption of your music NFTs. And then you have distribution service to get your music out there to Web 2. So then that means all of Web 2 is going to have money coming into Web 3 without ever touching crypto, because just by listening to music, it's going to bring flow, it's going to bring cash into the blockchain. So that's the 4 products that are going to be live before the end of this year, next week being the last product going live. And at that point, it's all iterative. That's the beauty of this thing. We're just going to be adding features. We're going to be expanding support for more types of IP tokens. We're going to be adding features in the studio to where you can distribute albums, to where you can potentially even put up for sale albums instead of just singles if you want, right? So this is the really, really, really cool thing about that. And so now it opens an entire world of DeFi around an entirely different asset class. That is the cool thing that the degens in the world are going to go, oh my God. We haven't really pushed that point because that's a separate audience. But with the way crypto is, I understand. I just need to spell that out for you people. That is going to be a totally different asset class. Totally different asset than just an NFT, right? That is holding something that's going to be creating income, right? Just by sheerly holding it. And that's a really, really cool concept. And then picture a world where, and we already talked to artists about some of this, picture a world where an artist releases a single. You go to, he immediately says, I'm going to give 50% up for sale for the community to be part owner in this. You go and purchase stream tokens. Well, guess what? If that artist has that single that's out there streaming, you're a stream token holder. Imagine a world where you get token gated access to, on the record store, a limited release of that single, but like an acoustic version that's never going to the streaming platforms. And so there's only going to be 20 or 50 or 100 copies to be able to even listen to that acoustic version that happened somewhere. And you get early access as a stream token holder, right? There's going to be an entire world of tokenomics and token gating and different user experiences and connective experiences for artists and fans that are going to unlock with this type of stuff. So, and again, this is just the pillars, and I'm super excited about it. So that's a very long-winded answer about what's dropping with all the features next week, and you're getting the alpha on it. So,
thank you for allowing me to receive that alpha here. This is actually the point of these interviews, right? Not to hear me talk, but to hear other people talk. And so thank you for breaking that down. It essentially sounds like the entire sort of music stack, right? I know there's other platforms, for example, within the DeFi space that are like, hey, we're the banking stack. But with what you guys are building, it sounds like the whole music or musician stack where depending on where you are as a musician, whether you're, a seasoned veteran or maybe somebody who just is starting at your career, there is a tool or platform that NEWM has built that you can take advantage of, right? From the marketplace, like you said, the application to actually listen to the content. And then with what you just mentioned now, the ability to manage everything on your own. So my next question is, you've sort of mentioned the timeline. This will be coming out, I want to say probably around the same time that this interview goes live. But is this a permissionless platform? Can anybody jump on there? Or are you guys sort of, vetting musicians or artists before they're able to jump in and use a lot of this new technology?
yeah, so the NEWM Studio is open to anybody. That's the thing. Now, we do require KYC, but that is because you're dealing with legal contracts, right? So, and it's not on NEWM to be the arbiter of you do right, you do that's not where we are. We are protocol. We're the tech, and so that's why we require musicians to KYC. So if there is some type of copyright infringement down the road and somebody owes their fans things, they know who the person is that they need to go and find, right? So that's, as far as the studio goes, there is KYC for that, for the artist to use that service. But again, that's more for consumer protection than anything. And that's because if you're going to be offering this to consumers and to your fans, and if it's malicious, or if it's there's copyright infringement, well, then there's legal recourse for that, right? So that's the cool thing also, because this is where blockchain meets real world. That's the thing. It's utilizing blockchain to make life easier, more automated, less expensive, right? And then you still have protections of the real world meeting that. And so to me, that's why, two things. That's why we have such an amazing product, because we've taken that into account. It doesn't live in isolation. And two, in my opinion, I think that something that lives just strictly on chain and doesn't think about the outside world, that's fine. But I don't think that's really the point of blockchain. I think there's efficiency, there's transparency, there's automation, right? Those things, or when you have those that are attached to real world applications, I think that's when you see the magic happen, right? And so because of that, we are actually cheaper than our Web 2 competitors. Our distribution service, Fareed, it is cheaper, and you actually have in perpetuity distribution. So our two main competitors, you either have to give away part of your stream IP, or you have to pay every year to keep your music out there. With ours, you keep it all and you pay once, and it's in perpetuity, it's out there. And so, just from a Web 2 standpoint, we're already beating our competitors as far as value prop goes. We've even had some people come to us and go, this seems a little too cheap to be real. Legitimately, because especially when you add in the tokenization and what that allows you to do in the Web3 side, they go, oh my God, this is a really, really amazing value prop. Why are you only charging X for this? And so that's actually something we've ran into. It's been in our Toronto meetups that we've had, some of our NEWM Toronto meetups. Roger, one of our guys on the team, literally is going, I've had people go, it's too cheap for me to almost take this seriously. So, which is a funny paradox we find ourselves in. So
I think a lot of that lends itself, though, to the fact that within a lot of traditional and non-blockchain industries, there's a lot of middlemen, right? With music having a lot of that. And so with crypto, with blockchain, again, I'm just sort of comparing this to the DeFi things because I think a lot of people understand DeFi. There's no middlemen. It's literally you are in charge of your own funds. You make your own decisions. And I think the same exact thing applies to NEWM, where it's like, hey, people have just gotten so used to dealing or paying, for these services where there's so many middlemen getting a cut, making you pay, with these subscription model services. And the fact that you guys are bringing something that isn't that, I think is what is sort of shaking up the whole sector, right? And people are second guessing themselves. Well, is this actually doable? Well, no, this is how much you guys should have been paying all along. Now, Ryan, I want to shift the conversation a little bit here. Let's talk about security, right? Because again, you're talking about IP, you're talking about people putting out content, generating revenue. That sounds like a lot to manage. From a smart contract perspective, are you guys using anything for the marketplace, for, the app? Can you break down a little bit of what is there to make sure that the content isn't abused and that, even just the listeners, not just the creators, are able to use the new platform safely and securely?
yeah, so we actually on the NEWM app in and of itself, it's a pretty elegant solution. Where again, still it's going to be this is the least or the most friction we'll have on the NEWM app, but basically you were using the XPub key for your wallet, and basically generating a QR code to link that. And so you can, on that music app, basically you have to have your wallet with its, and we've moved away from the XPub key because only Eternal supported that. And so now we have it to where you have to go to a link for NEWM. It shows you a generated QR code. You either copy that code and paste it into the NEWM app, or if you're on desktop, you just scan the QR code with your mobile app, and it'll auto connect. And that's how that actually links your wallet to the NEWM app itself. So you can link one wallet at a time to the NEWM app. So you can have a wallet that's just your music NFTs if you want, and then you can link that up, right? So that's how we tackled the NEWM wallet, or sorry, the NEWM app side of the equation. As far as the distribution service goes, we have, and marketplace, we have the wonderful ancient Kraken Quinn, as well as you all know him, the man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Westberg, who have been tackling these smart contracts. And so, we're using the latest Plutus. I think is it V2 or it might have been. I think we've even updated for V3 at this point. Yeah, and they've gone through extensive audits. We've had them audited and whatnot. So, and everything's open source. That's the beauty of it. It's all published on the NEWM GitHub. You can go and find there and look at all of our smart contracts that we're using. The fractionalization contract, that's and then the tokenization contract. Both of those are there for you to see, and then you'll also see on the marketplace side the listing for the tokens. That contract is also there as well. So everything is automated. Everything is audited. Everything is open source. That is also one of our big ethoses. That's what we do. We don't keep anything under the covers. So
it's the Cardano way. It's the Cardano way. Happy and congrats. And as you mentioned, a super solid and robust team that's helping to bring this to the market. I've got two questions here as we get ready to wind things down here, Ryan. First is, what's next for NEWM? And then I'd love to get your closing thoughts.
What's next for NEWM? That's a great question. So we have, it's been 3 years. We just released our 3 years Doom video, I think 2 days ago, or a day ago maybe. I cannot believe it's been 3 years since this thing has kind of really started rolling. Um, we have 4 products to show for our time. Really polished products, I would say. They're kick-ass. I'll just call it what it is. I think they are. I don't think they're very techy. I think they're just sexy. That's the word I'm going to use, and I'll stand by that. But what's next? It's all iterative. That's the beauty of it. So everybody should be expecting and looking forward, looking ahead to new feature sets being added, and potentially new types of IP tokens being added to the mix. And then again, remember, we know the big goal is we want to eventually turn on our own decentralized streaming platform, right? Decentralized streaming service. And that again, that is a long arc to get from where we're at to a viable streaming platform, right? But we know that, and that's okay. We know how to get there. So we're taking the right steps to get to that place. But the coming year, be looking for features. Be looking for, like I said, album distribution, potentially, album sales on the marketplace as opposed to just singles. Be looking for new features in the mobile app, and then potentially even supporting non-Cardano music NFTs in the mobile app. Just throwing that out there. Be looking forward to that. Be looking forward to, and this is not even on us, but be looking forward to potentially having Grammy nominated singles show up in the record store or show up in the marketplace, right? Be looking forward to watching DeFi protocols potentially turn on baskets of music tokens, right? Of different IP tokens. That's a thing. That's not a thing that we're going to do. We're just building the Lego blocks. We're creating the Legos. Now, what people want to go and build with them, whether that be financial tools or different financial products, that is on them. Be looking forward to fun metrics. So people can see performance, or not by performance, I mean the analytics of how many streams is this getting? What does the demographics look like for this? Again, even that in of itself, that data is gold for targeted marketing, also for people building baskets of financial products potentially. There's a lot that's going to start happening that's even outside of NEWM because of what NEWM has built and is continuing to build. So that's my very long and short answer. I know what we are working on internally and what features we would like to see coming up and things that we're going to want to provide. I can only speculate as to those that are going to be seeing our products and going, here's a Lego block. Oh, we can do this. That's going to be fun to watch that. There you go. So
No, thank you. I think the Cardano community is extremely talented at doing that, right? Trying to take products, opportunities, and making something out of, I don't want to say nothing because that's not the right term to use here, but making something out of something with that initial something being new, right? So I definitely do appreciate that. You mentioned the analytics, the multi-chain, and the DeFi use cases. Those are the things that really piqued my interest. Ryan, as we get ready to close things down here, for anybody who wants to join the community, number one, how can they do that? And then send us home here with some parting words.
yeah, so if you want to get involved with NEWM, NEWM.io is our landing page. We have a Telegram group. We have a Discord. We're on Twitter, very active on Twitter. And if you see somebody with a nice little multicolor circle around their profile, that's typically a NEWM person. So we're relatively easy to find. And so, yeah, and if you're an artist, you don't need to even talk to us. I mean, if you want to, great. Our art team, artist relations team, they will white glove you through the record store, which is a really cool feature in and of itself, to help you create kind of your own specialized experience that you're wanting to create product-wise, an experience for your fans as an artist. So reach out to them. Distribution, we got you covered. Come on in, create an account, do it yourself, and you'll be pleasantly surprised, I think. So that's a quick answer to that. And as far as parting words go, I just want to say a word of thanks to both our community and our team. Personally, the team, for me, this is such a dream come true at this point, and then some. And I'm just happy to be a fly on the wall at this point when it comes to that. It's amazing. It's grown so far beyond anything that I had thought, and I'm just happy that it's something that's so much beyond one person at this point. As far as our community goes, you all know we have our stake pools that are open. They have supported us in the past, and they made most of this possible. If it wasn't for our stake pools and people that have been, staking with us and seeing the vision, we wouldn't have made it here. Our next competitor that's anywhere close to us did a $69 million raise, and to date, we have more products out than they do. I'm just going to say it. It is what it is. We have an amazing team. And I just want to say thank you to the community for trusting us and sticking with us while we get these things out. It's a long arc. We know that. But I'm just really proud with the products that are out this year and the last one that's coming out. And with that, we have our pillars. And with that, we have a kick-ass foundation to create a really, really amazing future for artists and fans. So I look forward to it. 2025 is going to be fun.
Such heartfelt words there. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got Ryan Jones, the co-founder of NEWM, who's basically redefining music as we currently know it. As he's mentioned, if you want to find out more about NEWM, it's available at newm.io. Links will be left down below. Also, make sure to follow them on X, join their Discord, get involved with their community. And again, Ryan, I just want to say thank you as well for taking the time to jump on here. I know building in the crypto space is not easy. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of grit. And I think you've displayed all those different properties. So looking forward to catching up with you, hopefully in person. We didn't get to catch up at the Rare Evo event or the summit, but I'll definitely be attending upcoming events in 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it here for today's interview. Again, breaking down and getting the latest when it comes to NEWM building here on Cardano. If you, the viewer, have found any portion of today's video to be helpful or informational, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. It's one of the best ways to support me here as a content creator. If you want more content just like this, consider subscribing to the channel. And last but not least, if you have any questions or comments as it pertains to NEWM, please leave those down below. I'll make sure to get those over to Ryan and the team. That said, and as always, we'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody. Take care.